Do you guys watch Abba and Preach? These like
sometimes, yeah.
They're fucking great.
Yeah, they're great.
So they had this like interesting talk. They were like discussing what it's like when, as a guy, like when you walk past like a woman that's by herself, like let's say on the street or anywhere. Do you change anything about how you like to make her not feel threatened?
I try to put my phone in my hand on this. I'm not kidding when I say this. On whatever side is coming to her, I put my phone in my hand, almost like hey, I couldn't attack you.
yeah.
And then she's like, "Why are you recording me?"
If it's nighttime.
No, I look her up and down, up and down, and up and down like that.
Yeah, and I go.
Stupid. And that makes her feel not threatened.
You start whistling.
Well, she knows that I am giving her attention and I am honoring her presence.
Okay.
So I'm giving her the space to exist.
I get 2 mirrors and I glue it to the top of my shoes.
Yeah.
And I try to go like this.
Yoo-hoo.
What's underneath there?
Yeah. He's wearing a jumpsuit.
How about you, tall ass Anthony?
Dude, I'm the one who's under threat of getting beat up, man. I try to.
Oh, yeah.
It's like putting your belly up and being like, I'm the victim here. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah.
And then they feel
Relaxed.
very safe and secure.
But honestly, I do try to move away and try to make sure she feels safe, though.
Yeah.
I try to walk. I walk really fast behind them so I get in front.
Yeah.
And then I just walk.
And then when they're next to
I think
you,
you're okay actually.
right when they're next to you, you put your.
Oh, we didn't ask you.
As soon as they're next to you, you put your hips up, glides that ass right.
Hey, this guy gets it, huh?
That's what I do on airplane flights. I purposely sit on the aisle, and when the girl has to go to
so
the
if I'm
window
walking
seat,
through?
I go, yeah, come.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Can I get a little more space?
Yeah, that's the move right there.
like that.
All right, dude.
And I'm like, you can sit down, yeah. And then after, if there's that empty seat, then I unbuckle my seatbelt. I sit on this one.
Without even saying anything.
He goes to the middle. I prefer the middle.
And he just wide knees up.
Have you ever like had a situation where you noticed somebody like switch to the other side of walking to like get farther away from you?
I've seen ladies like clutch their purses when I walk by them.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
Why? Because you're Aladdin? Like what do you?
If she's across the street and I'm walking this way, she walks to me and tries to talk to me.
That makes sense.
She's like, yo, what's up? She hits on Joe.
What does she usually say, Joe?
Hibachi!
I'm lying.
Like, what?
That's it.
She says I'm white.
I'm lying.
Oh, I'm
lying.
lying.
He admitted to lying.
I would say when I'm walking on the street like with Nina,
Yeah.
and then there's like another stranger on the other side, obviously a dude, she immediately will come to my other side, or I have to.
So you'll be like the in between.
And it's just like the rule.
Yeah.
In LA, we're really used to that because every other person you pass is a crazy homeless guy yelling. So you always have to like be the buffer.
Yeah, it's probably just an LA train thing. It's like subconscious. Yeah.
LA is fucking crazy though, cause like even when I'm like jogging around, if I'm in downtown, like if I pass someone that looks crazy, I immediately go to the other side of the road and I turn around and see if they kind of like busted a U.
real.
Just cause LA's full of crazies.
And you're just getting yelled at anyway, so it's like,
Yeah, you gotta have your head on a swivel out here.
You can kind of see when you live in the city, though. You know who's like there and who's not. You know, you see guys fucking.
Dude, one time I was walking just like, I used to live right by this Mexican restaurant and they made bomb tacos. I was walking right there one time and then I'm just walking there. It was like 7 o'clock at night. And then I'm walking by this guy, completely normal looking dude. And all of a sudden he just goes, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you just don't know.
Yeah.
I don't trust anybody, man.
It's funny because like I can't forget who it was that did this, but it was really genius. So like Abba and Preach, they're both black, so their experience with this is probably a lot different than guys like me or something. But this one black dude on Instagram was pointing out if you want to look non-threatening to people, he said he was like talking to other black guys. It's like just hold a Starbucks cup. And he said that immediately makes you look like you're not a threat.
Dude, Patagonia vest?
Oh,
yeah.
Hey, honestly, headphones sometimes helps. Like, you got some, like, AirPods or something.
But not the big ones. The little ones.
He got like a group of, it was like 4 black dudes and they all got together holding cups and it does look really
What do you think that is?
It's like, oh, they're real estate agents.
I think it's like, I don't know, something about if you go to Starbucks, you're just like kind of like more of a neutered individual. You're not really like.
I feel like when you're sipping on a drink, you're not very threatening.
Yeah.
Unless it's a beer can. You're like, that motherfucker's
in a
crazy.
brown bag.
Yeah. And it's 11
What if you
a.m.
have like one of those Apple Store lanyards? I think you're good. You could take,
Yeah, dude.
you could take the hardest looking guy who like just got out of prison. You put a fucking Apple lanyard on, one of those like T-shirts with the Apple logo.
Oh, he's a hipster.
Or you're wearing like Lululemon
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Wow. Do guys wear that?
specifically, or aloe or some shit. Any of the high-end fitness stuff. If you're like wearing that, you're like not a threat.
That's true because it looks
think-
so
I think
like
what we're
streamlined and like.
I think we're giving advice to people who are threats and how they want to look not suspecting.
Oh yeah, we should probably, probably bring it in. Probably bring it in.
But yeah, it is an interesting thing that like you kind of live with that. I feel like social normalcy, where like if there's a woman that shows a clear sign of like uncomfortability at a distance and like adjusts to your path, you accept it. You're not like, what the fuck?
And I expect them to.
Yeah.
Like, because at the end of the day, it's better safe than sorry. I don't take it personal. If they do walk across the street or they just are staring at me and like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just like, at the end of the day, I can kill you and you can't kill me.
Are you guys that same way when it comes to other groups of guys?
For other groups of guys, I'm the one walking across the street.
Yeah, for sure.
When
Like,
I see a dude, because we had a bunch of car robberies in my old apartment. Every time now I see a guy, because we all saw the camera footage. Every time I see a guy with a backpack on now, and it's nowhere near school, I'm like, you're a fucking thief. You're a car thief.
I just had an incident recently. I woke up, went to the gym in Hawaii, and I was passing by the city hall area, and sometimes there's like junkies out. And then this one guy was just smoking a cigarette and wandering around, kind of wobbling, right? And I was like, fuck, well, there's a major street, and it's hard to just cross those. It's one of those like multiple lane ones, busy streets. So I was like, all right, fuck, I just gotta walk around this guy. And then as soon, like, he's just smoking his cigarette. As soon as I walk by, talking to himself, talking to me, whatever. And then I'm walking, and then, like, you know, I have to look over my shoulder. I have to make it obvious, because, like, I'm not going to be like, well, I don't want to hurt his feelings.
I don't want to be polite.
Yeah, well, he said, what's up to me? So I just looked at him, and I just kept walking. And then he's, like, talking to himself, and then he goes, I see you looking back. I see you looking. You're looking back at me. Yeah, you want to fight? You want to fight me? And he's, like, walking, like, and I'm on the phone with my cousin. I'm like, hold on. And I, like, look. And I turn around. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Because I don't like people standing behind me. And then he just kicks this like traffic cone and he starts fighting with like a pole and shit. And I'm just like, dude, if I was a lady, like, I think he'd be not afraid to attack me.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
And so I'm just staring at this guy, and I'm like between like this kind of distance, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
good thing you look like a guy from behind.
I know. I didn't have my hair down.
Did you guys see that video of the dude in New York? It was like 3 a.m. He's walking with his wife, and he was like he would organize protesters for like the BLM organization or whatever. He's walking down the street, and there's a black dude. He has a knife, and he's just breaking shit in the street. He's like, he's going through an episode or something. Like he's manic or something, right? And the dude with his girl is at 3 a.m. They're on the same street. They're walking. He doesn't decide to cross the street. He stays on the same sidewalk and he keeps walking.
Okay.
I saw this.
And the guy goes up, trying to attack his girl, tries to stab him, and he's walking up to the guy with a knife, trying to stab him. The guy trips on a fucking bench, falls on the ground. The guy goes on top of him, stabs him, kills him.
Oh my god.
All because he didn't cross the street.
Why didn't he cross the street?
Polite boy. You'd be
He wanted to be a nice guy.
He was an activist.
He's active.
He was an activist.
Oh, so he was like, I'm not racist.
Yeah.
Let me walk into fucking a knife-wielding man.
He's literally just going crazy.
kind of
with a
walked
knife.
close to him.
I think it was that thing too, where like, you know, when this happens to activists, they even see that as a chance to go, we don't want to prosecute. We want him to like be free. It's not his fault. I think that's what happened after that, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I had a girlfriend. Her
That's
mom.
crazy,
her mom
dude.
used to tell her and me this story about how she was like at a mall one time and she noticed this guy kept on. Every time she turned around, this guy was like looking at her, and then she started getting that weirdo feeling, right? And instead of doing the polite thing, she started to hurriedly walk towards like the parking garage. And then once she got in the parking garage, she started running, and then that guy started running right after her. And she got in the car and like literally just hits the lock at the same time he grabs the handle, and she got away because of it. But that's the only reason she made it is because she wasn't fucking polite.
Yeah.
That same day that the crackhead wanted to fight me, Hannah was like a block away getting coffee, right? And she told me that she was waiting, and this guy was like, do you see a bag with like camera equipment and all that? And she's like, why are you talking to me? Like, what the fuck? And then so she just felt like this guy was trying to get her to look, cause like, oh, it was over there, so she'll go this way and he would grab. So she said that instead of doing that, she just looked straight at him and just said, I'm not going anywhere, but like, I don't know where your cameras are or whatever. He goes, oh, I lost my camera. Do you know where the security is? And then she just like, something was so off. It just felt like he was trying to get me to like help him find it or whatever. And she goes, I don't want to talk to him. But like, I was like sitting there. And then so she's like, well, I didn't want to get up and move and not turn him. So she just stared at them the whole time. And then she was just like, I don't know what that is. I'm not going there, whatever. And then she was like, yeah, if I didn't stare at him and like I think if I turned around, he probably would have grabbed my bag and ran. Cause she had those kind of feelings.
Dude.
Yeah. But I'm like, that's the whole thing of like, if you're not street smart, if you're too polite, you're just like, if that guy's like, hey, is that the security guard? It's like, don't fucking ask me. Go fucking talk to him yourself. I don't know. You know, like.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
always a thing.
Nikki told me she I think her and a lot of girls, they have to sometimes smile at dudes to like almost disarm the situation.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
So they do that smile thing, but then the guy thinks that they're interested after that, and sometimes that happens too. And then she says that sometimes she has to like make out with a random guy because like she's super nervous about it or whatever, and like sometimes they go home together and like you know they do stuff because she feels scared and threatened.
Well,
and,
mean,
I'm like that's fine, man.
It's more like that's like it's like a attack before you get attacked.
Exactly.
You're diffusing them.
Yeah, diffusing the situation.
I think that's-
De-escalation.
I think that's a funny thing too for like a lot of. It sucks that like girls have to live like that all the time.
Yeah.
And obviously, like I don't think we should be offended if they fucking think that like, oh, I'd rather play it safe and go.
Let's always do the cheesiest, like most platonic smile and a wave, just to let them know, like if we're
That's terrifying.
like that, just let them know I'm okay. I'm not gonna hit on you, but I'm a friendly, and I move out the way.
And then they're like, there's this crazy guy right there.
He keeps smiling at me.
I'm a friendly, like we're playing a fucking game.
PvP.
Same team.
Yeah. The funny thing is that like I think a lot of the time people don't realize that guys deal with that from other guys since you are a child. Like as a kid when you go out on your bike, other guys are gonna fuck with you. Like it's nonstop. Like so we're also trained to have that like I don't want to be polite. I just want to get the fuck out of this situation. You know,
Because there's times when you are polite and then you get fucked over.
Dude, legit.
Yeah, absolutely. It's almost like we have the same fucking problem because dudes be smoking each other too all the time.
Yeah.
Or even if you pull up into like a gas station, sometimes in like a bad shady area, and there's like those weird guys that are just lingering around too.
Right.
You know, you just don't know. So I always still do the thing. And then
You wave to like groups of guys that are at the gas station?
always, yeah, I just always do it. Because I think
Bart can like deadlift them, so.
because what I'm looking for is a reaction too. Either I let them know I have like if there's like the weird guy with the backpack, by me going like this, I let them know if he was a perpetrator. Yeah, I see you have eyes on you, even if I have weird eyes, but I have eyes on you. And a lot of them are just kind of like, you know, just like
Yeah.
I'm oh fuck, I was being fucking prejudiced again. I thought you were gonna rob me, but then I go inside and buy a fucking Twix or whatever. But I usually just let people know because then most crimes I think are prevented if you just let them know like I see you. You know, like most altercations. Yeah.
Big awareness.
Yeah. Like, even guys that are like, I can't wait to sneak up on this guy and fucking rob this motherfucker. If you're like, if you just have a guy that's really watchful, they're already like, oh, fuck.
Or just
I'll pick
a
someone
solid
else.
nod.
Yeah, I'll fucking pick someone else.
That works
Yeah.
too.
I do that. I do the nod.
What's up?
You gotta do the down nod, though. You can't do the up nod.
Anytime I see somebody, I go.
Because people that like avoid the eye contact, if they're just like, I'm just gonna go inside, this place looks so fucking scary.
Yeah.
You also give off prey vibes too.
And you want to bully that guy.
You know, so it's just way easier just to like, hey,
Bully that guy.
Hey, buy me this gun real quick. Buy me that. Just see.
That's true.
Just see what happens.
I had a standoff with a tweaker at the park. I was working out, and
At the park?
Stand up. You guys are just like this.
no, like I was working out at the park. They had the pull-up benches, all that pull-up at the Alamoana Park. Yeah. And then I had my fanny pack and I just hung it on one of the monkey bars. So as I was like going around, this tweaker started hovering around. Like, bro, I know exactly what the fuck you're doing. Like you're getting closer and closer to see if you could grab that shit, right? So like, when he was like a foot away, I just ran up and I just went like this and I was staring at him. And then he was like,
That's tight.
and he started doing kung fu.
What was your counter? What did you do?
I was like, go, get out of here. And then he went, huh. And he walked away.
It reminds me of the
Yeah.
it makes me think.
I am no longer your master. Go.
I literally shoot him like a pigeon. I was like, go, get out of here.
Have you guys seen the meme of Bane going like this, and then that guy in the fucking pink clown
Yeah.
suit, like doing that on the opposite side? That's what
Yeah. Where their legs are like, his legs are like crossed.
Yeah, his legs are crossed.
It's fucking Joji, isn't that like Filthy Frank?
Oh yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, he's like going like this.
I rather deal with actual thief than a crazy person though. Like crazy people actually scare the fuck out of me.
Because it's so unpredictable.
Yeah, like I don't know if they're gonna bite me or like they think I'm the devil. There's no reasoning. Like a thief, you get, they just want money.
Yeah, you give them the wallet,
You
they'll
know what it
run
is,
away.
they just gonna do their thing, right? But like, yeah, like when I run into tweakers and like they're just like having their moments and they're not in this world and they're talking to themselves, I'm just like, fuck, dude. Like I don't know what's gonna happen next. Like some of them might not have any fear. They might be like, God told me to kill you, you know, and they'll fight to their death.
That's true. Yeah, it could be something totally loony.
Dude,
Yeah.
if they really believe God told them to kill me, that's fucking,
dead,
yeah, I'm dead. I'm like, dude.
Well, dude, the MMA guys who always talk about how if they're at a bar or something, there's always drunk guys who are like, "Hey, if you want to fucking fight you, I got skills and shit."
Yeah.
Think about that.
Seeing those
fight
guys
all
get laid
day.
out though is like kind of time.
Yeah.
But think about that though. You made yourself a fighter.
nice.
You built your body up, all this shit like to look intimidating, and then people want to attack you more because of it. Holy
I know,
shit.
that's stupid.
It's like you're more of a magnet now.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you ever get that, Nick?
It happened to me when I was walking my dog.
yeah.
Some drunk guy came up to me.
Yeah, but see, you're dealing with crazy. You're not dealing with a thief.
Yeah. I think he has a 9 to 5. That guy. I see him
Do
consistently.
you remember the old thing where people would ask you for a light back in like the fucking?
Oh, yeah.
And that was always the clear sign that you were about to get jacked. Do you remember that shit?
Really?
Yeah, like you got a lighter, and it's like you reach in your pocket or whatever, and they start. Yeah.
And even in movies, that's how they. It was a stereotype.
I've seen
For it, and
that.
then the guns.
Yeah, there's always like a thing that happened to me. I think it was like El Monte, like way back in the day. I had to go to a prayer at like this lady's house, and then it was a badass neighborhood. And then I was parked, and right when I parked and opened my door, there was this fucking like hood ass cholo guy right there, and he was like, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm here for." And before I could answer, he's like, "You have a light?" And I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm dead." And then I was in my Civic, which doesn't have. It's like not the kind that you.
There's a cigarette lighter thing.
It's a cigarette lighter, but the car has to be. It's like weird. It's like it's not the. Yeah, it's not the kind that like is the old school push it. It gets hot. So then like I went to look at it, and then I looked back, and then he had like juked a little, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna get jacked. So I was like, I stayed looking at him, and I tried to find it with my hand, and then I flipped that thing open, and I was like, it's not the kind that has the thing. It's like the newer one. And he was like, oh okay, but why are you here? And I was like, I have a prayer with your neighbor, Alicia. And I was like trying to be all nice, and he's like, oh okay, that's cool. And I was like, this guy's probably about to fucking kill
My
me.
light's next to my AK-47.
Yeah, I tried to like.
Prayer boy?
Yeah.
All right. Jesus Christ.
It was literally. It was like she was like went to. We were in the same prayer group, so it's like I had to go there. But she didn't say that she lived in the fucking ghetto. Like,
Well, he could have been a paranoid, like, hey, where you from, fool?
Yeah.
yeah. But just to see him like go like this, like that he was about to like do something when I looked away is fucking terrifying.
Dude, when you
my,
said
my advice to everyone, guys or girls or senior citizens, if you're in a bad area, make as much eye contact as possible. Because I think a lot of times people are like, well, if I just get in and out of the situation, it's good. But then you actually become the target. Yeah, so like girls or guys, it's like they don't just, when you just go through the alley like this, after you come out of the club, it's no good. Like even if you're scared as fuck, giving eye contact is like the first deterrent.
But don't stare, because then they'll get mad too.
But like let people be known that like I am watching.
Bart said eye contact. But don't look too quick either, because that's also very, very prey-like. Perfect amount of time.
I feel like there's no real way out of like, you know that you see it in public a lot, especially if you, back when you were like going out to parties and clubs, this formula of like, what's up girl? And then no response, and then, what the fuck? What, you think it's too good for me? Like that
Not
shit
even
is
not.
crazy.
Not even not.
What do you do?
Because you feel rejected. You feel hurt.
Yeah, you feel
like
you put yourself out
Fucking
there.
stupid.
Other guy.
You're like, I like you. I really like you.
I'm saying something to you. I'm talking to you. I'm trying to get your attention. This is a sign of love.
I might even love you one day.
Yeah, like you're not gonna. You can't say hi. You can't
We could
even
be
like.
great. We could be great.
You're just gonna look at the ground. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents.
You up? You ain't even that hot anyway.
Yeah, you're a fucking ugly bitch.
Fugamatron is what they say.
Fuck Matron.
Now you're getting closer to me. I think now you're ugly.
So what's your advice to the guy then?
What's the guy?
Yeah.
Don't put yourself out there unless you know, man.
Yeah, you gotta follow your heart,
It
dude.
hurts, dude.
Wait for the one. Wait for the one.
Yeah, you can't.
You never find your wife.
We could be great.
You never
We could be great.
you never find your wife yelling at the girls.
That's actually so much better than like, hey baby, all this shit. We could be great.
Yeah,
It's so fucking
yeah.
neutered.
I think you have to have a more specific compliment if you're trying to catcall. It has to be something specific that you think that the girl might.
No, but it's like, what does he do once he's already mad? Is what I'm saying. Like
When he's mad?
yeah, the cat call already failed. She wasn't responding. She just kept walking like this.
I said, let me smell that ass.
Yeah, well, fuck you then. That's a good one. You always do that.
Oh, yeah, fuck.
Turn around, kick some rocks. Kick some rocks and walk away.
What do you do if it's a guy trying to hit on you as a guy and he's having this same thing?
Low key?
The same thing that girls go through happening to you. What do you do?
If a guy's hitting on me, I'll kind of like, I'll flirt back a little bit.
Bite your lip.
And what if
I'll
he's
flirt
like,
back a little bit.
he's like, I feel like you ain't even gay. You're fronting.
And I'll be like, I'm not gay, but like,
prove
thank
it to
you.
you.
I'll say that.
And he goes, I can make you gay.
And I'll be like, I don't think you can, but I don't think so. I've tried. And I'll say something like that. Yeah.
I feel like you use
me
that.
all the time. Yeah,
And
dude.
he's like, well, fuck you then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know I'm cute, and I'll walk away. I know you think I'm cute.
It's good.
What the hell?
You ain't lying. Yeah, you just gotta play the games, yo. You gotta play the games. There was this guy at the front desk of this gym I used to go to, and he was this black dude that was clearly into Asian guys, and he'd always be like, and he was like really into anime too and shit. You know? And he would like always try to talk to me and like flirt with me and shit. But he was like such a nice guy. He's just like, oh Nick, you are just so, you're just so cute walking.
Sometimes that's just a compliment. It's not like
But then he was like, like kind of touch me and shit.
You want to come over and watch Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah, nah, I'll be like, but he knew I was a little
little gay?
dude. A little gay.
Little
He knew
gay.
I was a little gay. He knew I would have cold feet though.
He was trying to turn you, dude.
He knew like I wouldn't. Yeah, I'd pussy out eventually.